Welcome to Girl Sessions Podcast.
We want Girl Sessions to be a safe place, whether you're coming to kick back, relax, or get some advice. I'm your host, Coco, and joining me as always,
Riya.
Hey, guys.
Hey, y'all. So, yeah, it's been a minute. I feel like we always say that because it always just seemed like it's been forever since we recorded, but I don't know. What you been up to?
I've just been relaxing. I feel like I've had a lot of just like things come up, but I've been trying to like relax and prevail. But just same old, really.
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
Okay, just another day.
Yeah, what about you?
I feel like same old when it comes to like just responsibilities, just going through life. But I feel like overall, I feel like my frontal lobe been developing. Like I just been like doing a lot of reflection on myself and like just my environment and just who I want to be. So I feel like this is really outlet for me. So like I'm really like just excited to be here like always, but I'm just ready to talk.
It's crazy how they say you can feel when your frontal lobe is developing. You can feel yourself getting smarter, wiser, making the steps you need to take. So I'm ready for mine to start. Well, I feel like it's already developed, but like to be fully developed. Yeah. Because I guess we have until 25, right?
Yeah.
Who says we can't get there a little earlier, though?
We might.
Yeah.
But yeah. I feel like, so today's conversation is just going to be like, what is heaven on earth? What is hell on earth? Because when I've been like self-reflecting, I kind of try to understand the world and like life and like, what is it? What do we glorify? And like, what are we chasing? Hence our last episode, but yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
I think it can mean like a different things for each person, and like heaven on earth, is it fully obtainable? Like, can you fully achieve heaven on earth, do you think?
Fully achieve. See, if I say yes, then it means like there's no afterlife. If I say yes. But I feel like yes. I feel like it can be achievable because like you said, it is different for everybody, but in turn we're gonna get into this more, but like what I think it is just like it could be peace. And I feel like that could be accomplished on earth in a sense of like this is heaven on earth because like I'm peaceful.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it can be accomplished.
You can definitely like have like you can be the peace and bring heaven on earth to others and like have that in your life if you're able to like kind of shift your mindset a little bit and try to be peaceful. You're never gonna get like at 100%, but we know that, that's the whole goal, is just to get as close to it as we can,
Yeah, I think that is the goal because I feel like in terms of like what you think it is, like what you think it is, and I feel like that can be accomplished, 100% accomplished. Like, as long as you're fulfilled and as long as you feel like you have lived life, like, in your purpose and on your path, I feel like that can be fulfilled. But how do we distinguish that from getting ourselves prepared for what's after being on earth?
Yeah. Because it can get easy to get, like, comfortable here. Because the goal is it's never supposed to end here. I feel like it can get very easy to like, oh, I can achieve heaven on earth here, but the goal is we're still supposed to want it with him, ultimately, Yeah. It's not supposed to be perfect here because that's the whole idea,
It's definitely not perfect. So I get what you mean when you said it can't be 100% reached because it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah. But you don't want it to be 100% hell on earth. So that's the goal. It's not for it to be like that.
And it's just a lot of like what the world puts out as if what you should believe is heaven on earth or it's hell on earth. So like
that's a good point.
Asking you, what does heaven on earth look like to you? Like when it comes to like goals you want to reach or certain things you want to do or certain ways you want to feel. Like what's your view on heaven on earth?
One of my points was even like just being around people who you feel fully seen, heard, and understood by. That feeling is priceless.
It really is.
Yeah.
You can't buy that.
No, you can't. And I feel like that's something that's like reminds me of. I mean, it is something that's like heaven-like to me. Not having to like do things to like, they just get it. People who just understand and just get it. They know your character. They know who you are. You know, and it just makes sense. You know.
Yeah.
So that's one of mine.
See, we real like-minded because I was gonna say community, like having a community. That's something you can't buy, and it's always good to have people around that you can trust, love, that loves you, and that y'all can just talk to each other on a like just be real with each other. That's definitely important. I feel like everybody doesn't have that, and having a community and people around you that you love and stuff like that can really add value into your life. And if you don't have that, that can really like, it just makes you feel like you're missing something. So
it definitely does.
I really do like that point.
Yeah.
What else do you feel like?
I put not having to live by like hustle culture, like corporations, and like always like having to like hustle bustle. I feel like that is kind of heaven on earth. It's just being able to like kind of relax and know that you've got like things are under control, and like you're gonna be okay, and everything's gonna work out, and you don't have to like hustle so much.
I like that.
Yeah, or be so tough.
I always say all the time, we wasn't put here on this earth to hustle, to just work hard all the time, and to just not being able to have slow mornings and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like that could be a heaven on earth, and a lot of people strive for that because we all strive to be free.
Yeah. Even like the soft life in a sense too. Like if I had a family, I had kids, like being able to wake up slow in the mornings with them, watch TV with them, eat breakfast with them, take time to like go work through their homework, which you make time, but whenever you were working a 9 to 5 and you've got other things going on, sometimes it feels like it's hard to be able to do everything and spend that quality time with family, And
you just get, even though like you might find time, you just get so overwhelmed by the hustle culture and having to hustle and work hard. Like it can be overwhelming. So like you can have time, but mentally like you're just gone.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like those are good points. I feel like for me, heaven on earth starts with having a good home. Like literally coming home and it feels like home, and just creating your own safe environment for yourself and for whoever like you live with. That's a number one for me, because like if you can come home at the end of the day, I feel like nothing else will matter.
Yeah.
No matter what struggles you took on like outside, coming home is like, that's just like joy.
Yeah.
And like a real fulfillment.
Yeah.
Another one, peace. Having peace is priceless. Well, health is wealth. I was gonna say wealth, but health is wealth. That's like heaven on earth too. Just being able to like use your body and things like that. Like, which is like cliche, of course, but another thing I feel like is heaven on earth is being able to use your mind. And use your mind in ways that you're able to like be creative and just be free. That's another way of being free, I feel like.
Yeah, it is.
Like for me, it's not so much the material things. Even though the material things are nice, like when I drive past big houses, I'm like, this is nice. But like I also feel like those people are like living like they're like it's heaven on earth, but like we never know what's going on inside. That's why I feel like it shouldn't be so much on the outside of things. Of heaven on earth is more so how you feel on the inside.
Like, don't get me wrong, I think we all still like to have the nice things. We love to have a big house and a nice car and the hand. We love to have all that. But I feel like if you don't have like everything that you stated is heaven on earth to you first, like none of that's gonna really mean anything, and it's not gonna fill you, at all. So it is nice though. It does add a little, but yeah, it's not everything. So I like that. And even when you're saying home, it made me think about a family, which I think is heaven on earth too. Eventually, when I get there, it's not something that's like you have to have it now, but like coming home, you feel safe. you know, being able to talk to your partner, everything you went through that day, you can take it off when you get home. You know, you have kids and your family and everyone's caring and they're loving. I feel like that is heaven on earth too. And just also being able to like give back and like know that you have a purpose and that there's like a higher being that you feel called to, and like you feel like you have a purpose and you feel like you're actually helping others in their life. I feel like that's also another point for me as well.
I definitely think living in your purpose is a fulfillment in life. Definitely.
Yeah.
But talking about this, like, just sitting back and reflecting, like, how many of these things do we have already, you know? So we could be, you know, we could have heaven on earth right now, like, as we speak. But, like, how often do you reflect and, like, just say to yourself, like, I love my life. I like my life. Because sometimes I do, like, catch myself, like, this is hell. Earth is horrible. But, like, sometimes I really just, like, sit back and, like, have to, like, you know what? I love my life.
Yeah.
Thank you, God, for this life. Thank you, God, for being able to be healthy and use my body and have people around, have family, you know? Because a lot of people don't have those things that we take for granted.
It's true. Yeah, I think it's good to bring it back to gratitude. I don't know how often I say that. I think I should, though. There are things that I would like to change and things that I, you know, had on the list that I don't have yet. I know I'm going to have them eventually, but it's good to be grateful. And I think I am very blessed to be able to have the things that I have. So in a sense, I feel like I do have heaven on earth already, you know, for where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about shifting my mindset too.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, earlier too, like, a bad moment is not a bad life. And just because I'm having a bad moment doesn't mean I'm depressed. Doesn't mean my life is horrible. It doesn't mean that. I'm starting to learn that. Because, like, in the past, like, I'll had a bad encounter, a bad situation. I'm just like, you know what? My life is just messed up. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be that deep. And a bad moment does not mean you have a bad life. It's all about what you take out of that bad moment. Yeah. And I feel like I'm on the path to just brushing things off and not just getting so ramped up about it. Because I be getting so overwhelmed sometimes. I'll be like, I'll knock all this stuff over.
No, I feel it.
Like, I don't know.
It's easy to spiral. With you, do you feel like you have one thing and you're like, okay, it's fine, I got it, like, move forward. Then another thing happens, and, like, that's how it goes for me. It's always, like, I'm positive when there's a first instant, and then multiple things stack on top of one thing, that's when I crash out.
I'm like, is this a joke?
Yeah.
Definitely start to crash out.
Yeah. It just starts to spiral. And then I'm like, everything sucks. Like, I'm depressed. Like, I'm okay, chill.
We love to diagnose ourselves, honestly. I know I do.
I be feeling a little better with the diagnosis. I'm like, I need to know that there's the reason why I'm feeling like this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, earlier, I had a different outfit on, but, like, the zipper, it just broke. And not gonna lie, I had a flat tire yesterday. But I got a spare tire on there now. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, it worked out. Just like, yeah, it really is a lot of shifting your mindset. Because multiple, like, that would have had me done.
You're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Like, I'm not going out today. I'm finna be in the house. Where's Love Island? Like, leave me alone. Like, all the things that are not good for me, that's what I do in those moments, you know?
I like that. Like, just take a moment and breathe. Like, everything is fine, I promise. Like, we all know it could be way worse. So I definitely feel like I have people I can talk to, people that love me, a peace of mind. Sometimes I feel like I have a peace of mind. I be crashing out sometimes, but
it happens.
It happens. But yeah, I guess we're showing gratitude in this moment.
Absolutely, yeah.
So when does it feel like it's hell on earth?
When you asked me, I was like,
oh wait, before we move on, what do you feel like the world puts out as heaven on earth? Like, in a worldly type aspect, what do you feel like?
I feel like something that has, like, recently been, like, shoved down people's throats is just, like, living, like, single and, like, kid free and, like, that's what some people perceive as like heaven on earth, which, you know, everyone has their own perspective, but I just thought that's something that I've noticed lately. It's the first thing that came to my mind. But I think having like materialistic things and like having the nice cars and then like having all this stuff, like overconsumption of stuff as well. Like people have a lot of stuff that they do not need. Like you're not going to use all those appliances, you're not going to use all those dishes or handbags, whatever the case may be. I think even like relationships, even if they're not good ones, even if they're toxic, like just having someone, having a man, having a, you know, I think there's a lot of things that are pushed in our face that are heaven on earth, so quote unquote. But it, yeah.
So when you said like toxic relationship, like what do you mean, like what do you mean by that? Like, do you feel like the world puts out that it's heaven on earth just to have somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if it's toxic, like
I agree
it's
with that.
still like, yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with the materialistic things too, like having, like you said, cars, houses, whatever. Because a lot of that can't necessarily. I see how it could be heaven on earth, but at the same time, I see how it can't.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like the world puts out the American dream as heaven on earth. Going to school, getting a degree, after you graduate, get a job, have a family, retire. That's what the world makes it seem like it's heaven on earth.
And it's not even attainable. The American dream is not attainable anymore. I'm sorry.
She said.
No.
But yeah, for real.
Yeah, because retiring, we finna be working away. They saying that Social Security stuff's not even gonna be around. I mean, I'm just saying the American dream is not what it used to be, and it's not achievable anymore.
And the world makes it feel like it's hell on earth if you don't have that.
It does.
Which is crazy. Like, don't feel bad for nothing.
I almost wish they would stop pushing the American dream because it makes people feel like less than. It's really not realistic. So when you put it out that it is, it makes people feel confused, or like they're behind, or whatever the case may be. When it truly is, it just isn't. I mean, a 1-bedroom apartment's like $1,300 right now. Like, it's just not.
Listen, like when I watched the Thunder game the other day, I was like by Penn Square Mall. They have like a watch area, and like I was sitting next to the manager of the apartments, and she was like, "We got 1 bedrooms up there, $2,000."
That's crazy.
Huh?
What?
But yeah, and I wanted to like go back on the like, living freely and the kids thing, which in a way, it kind of is heaven on earth because like all you have to worry about is yourself. So like that could be a way of like living free because you can do whatever, you know. But I definitely feel like it is a good thing to wait as long as you can, just to have like yourself in order, you know. Like I would definitely encourage like anybody to wait to have kids so they can live free, so they can figure out what they want in this world and what heaven on earth is to them, you know. But yeah, I feel like the world puts out a lot of things that would make you feel like this is what you should be doing to live a life that's like heaven, whatever. But a lot of those things are not going to make you feel like it is at the end of the day. So I feel like it's just all within. I feel like everything is within.
And you have to define it for yourself. Like you can't look at what someone else has and says, okay, I want to go, like that's her heaven on earth. Doesn't mean it's going to be yours. Yeah.
So, okay, what do you feel like is hell on earth? What do you feel?
I think the feeling that I feel like is hell on earth is just feeling like you're stuck. Like feeling like you don't have a choice, or feeling like you have to go do something even when you don't want to do, like free will, and like just like feeling like stuck and like you have to do something because if I don't do this, I can't pay my bills. If I can't do this, I don't like that feeling like people have to feel forced to do certain things. I feel like you don't have a choice in life. That's not something that I like.
Yeah.
I
definitely feel that, especially on the force aspect. Like, we're forced to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
We're forced to get a tag every year. Just a little bitty paper tick sticker. Like, you're forced to get that.
It's fake. Like, there's no reason you guys need that.
And I get in my mindset, like, who made this up? Don't get me started. Don't let me get deep in here. But, like, who made all this stuff? Like, who made, you have to get this, you have to get this. Like, it's just all backwards to me. But
they tax him every dollar that comes.
Every single, dollar. Like, literally.
When I get the check, I'm taxed. When I go buy stuff, I'm taxed again. Like, isn't it supposed to just be taxed one time and then it's free for me to use it? It's taxed every time. It don't make sense. Yeah.
That just irritates me. And I feel like hell on earth is just being stuck in a mindset. I feel like hell on earth to me is being stuck in a mindset where you're just brainwashed by the world and what it puts out to you. Because it's like, yeah, we have to do certain things, but you don't have to wrap your mind around it so much.
And be so, like, consumed by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hell on earth to me.
I think even, like you said, getting stuck with everything going on and, like, being overconsumed by it, but, like, not touching grass, like, just being in your room on TikTok or, like, on your phone, like, a lifestyle like that is not one that I'd want to live, where you don't have community or you don't have purpose or you don't have, like, a higher being. Any of that stuff I feel like is hell.
Yeah.
On earth.
Yeah. And I feel like just the way the world is now, like, I don't know, I wish we could just talk to somebody that was here thousands of years ago, because I wonder if they would say the same thing, like, this world is backwards. I'm pretty sure they would, but, like, what's better? How is the world better, you know, in this moment in time? Like, what's good about it? Like, I'm thankful for the electronics, the microphones, so we can do all of this, but, like, where do we draw the line?
AI and the robots, it's going too far.
Yeah, but we can have a conversation about that later. But yeah, overall, I feel like every day I'm just trying to reach that heaven on earth within and outside, but still showing gratitude for what I have now.
Do you feel like you ever glean one way or another? Like, do you ever feel like sometimes you feel like you're the hell on the earth,
yes,
or the heaven on earth? You feel like it's 50-50?
I do. I don't think it's 50-50. I just have to not get stuck in my thoughts and let my thoughts take over. Yeah. I can't give my thoughts, because they're just thoughts. They're not always right. So I feel like I lean more towards, just being grateful for everything and not just complaining about how my life is, because I feel like I was like that once upon a time, and like just complaining about everybody and everything, but I'm blessed.
That's good. I think even that made me think of something else with us, like people who are in a growth journey and trying to like push themselves to do better. It's easy to focus on yourself and fixate on yourself and your life. Sometimes it is good to like just step away and just like, this, my life is going how it's supposed to go. Like, I don't have to be in control of every aspect. I don't have to like have a lesson from every ignorant action I have. Like, not everything has to be
like, you don't have to be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna be perfect, and it's the journey that's most important. It's not the destination, it's the journey. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So we can get into our hot topics. My first hot topic was logic over emotion, meaning, in a thinking wise, which one is more better, and how often do you think logically or emotionally?
Lately, I feel like, I'm always logic over emotion. Lately, I feel like I have been tapping into the emotion side with things, but I always like try to put logic first. Like, even when I'm upset, I'm trying to like think it out, like what makes the most sense. But everyone's human, so I know sometimes emotion comes first and then logic, if that.
So, does logic mean what makes the most sense to you, or like what does logic mean?
I mean, I feel like there's multiple ways you can look at it. Let me think, like the last time. I don't know. Like if I'm in an argument with someone I'm close with, like I'd rather not text back at all and just leave the text alone than like respond back with emotion. Like, I'd rather wait
give
until,
it some time, so you can like think about it.
Exactly.
Logic
like,
is thinking.
Yeah, I don't want to like send that text and like the next day I'm like, dang, why did I send that? You know.
Not gonna lie, I be thinking with emotion because most of the time I don't give it time. It's like a instant response or instant instant conversation. So, and I feel like most of my decisions are more so off of emotion too, like in the past decisions.
Yeah.
But I do want to think more logically.
Emotion isn't bad, I feel like.
Emotion isn't bad.
And you can make some good decisions with emotions too. Like, if you know you couldn't like handle something, you know yourself emotionally, like you can make a good decision. Like, it's not off logic, but like it's based off emotion sometimes. I've had to make decisions like that too, where like this does not make sense, but I know I need to do it because like I'm gonna feel bad about this, you know. I'm just gonna make it work.
Sometimes I say to myself like, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I find myself like saying that a lot of times because I'm like, I know what I feel, but what's right? Or I know how I feel, but what's wrong? I kind of question myself a lot at times, like when making decisions or like responding or communicating, because like, do I go based off how I feel or just reasoning?
How do you make the decision ultimately?
It depends. I feel like it depends if I think about it or not. I feel like I make the best decisions when I think about it. Like, you know, when you're arguing with somebody,
Yeah.
and, like, you done with the argument and you're like, I should have said that.
Oh, I hate that feeling. That happens to me all the time.
That's like, I think better when I take time. So I feel like most of the time I make decisions based off my emotion.
And do you feel like you regret that, or do you feel like you regret those decisions?
Sometimes, because it goes back to like, you speak up for yourself, or speak up, or like say what your gut told you to say, you know, because your gut's always going to tell you what to do or what to say in the moment. But yeah, do you feel like thinking logically suppresses your feelings? Because it's like, if you think logically, you're just like ignoring how you feel.
Yeah, that's why I think there's like a good balance, where a lot of people think that logic is better than emotion, but it's not. Like, if you know you want to move and you're in between two states, like, you know you're gonna like, I love New York, I want to go to New York, and then one's like, well, it's cheaper, like it's more like logic. You should probably go with the one you emotionally feel. Like,
Exactly.
Logic isn't always better.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think, at least.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a balance with everything. So I agree with that. But
because it definitely can't suppress your emotions.
Yeah. I think that's what I'd be scared of. Like, I don't want to suppress how I feel because I don't want to just hold it in. But when it's like in the heated moment, in conflict, I feel like it's more emotion.
Which isn't a bad thing either, because like that's you being true, real, and authentic. Where like sometimes I'll choose to respond back in logic versus not emotion, and like I have resentment towards that person because I never really got it out.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Where I'm like, I'm taking that high road. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but then I realized that like I was still upset about that because I never actually showed my emotion. So like you said, it really is a balance, but it's not
it's
bad.
Definitely a balance. It's not bad. Just don't let your emotions, make you regret something. I feel like that would be a more intense regret than thinking logically.
Yeah.
Just reacting off emotion and doing things you don't really mean. So.
Some decisions you make with logic, they still can be fixed. Where a lot of decisions you can make with emotion, like it's too late. You can't really go back and fix those.
So that's why I feel like at the end of the day, it's better to think logically, think with reasoning, think at the bigger picture.
Your words and like your energy is really like powerful, and it's important to like try to use that wisely. Like your tongue and everything that you're, it's important to use that wisely.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Power in the tongue. It's power in the things that you say, and some things you can't reverse, some things you can't go back and change. So it's important to use your mind and think. Yeah. So, our next hot topic, it starts off with a saying, fish swim, birds fly. And I'll let you, what do you, how do you feel about that? What does that mean to you?
When I hear that, it's just like things are gonna go how they're gonna go. Like the fish are gonna swim the next day, the birds are gonna fly. Like the things are gonna do what they're supposed to do, and like I don't know, like kind of like prevail. Like just kind of like it's like kind of like it is what it is in a sense. Like that's how I perceive it, at least.
I like that. That's kind of how I perceived it too. Like, fish are gonna swim, birds are gonna fly. Fish can't fly because that's not what they were meant to do. Birds can't swim because that's not what they were meant to do. So, like, in terms of us as human beings, like, we're on our own path. We can't do what somebody else is doing. Like, we're just on our own path, and what's for us is what's for us. And I feel like we're both where we are where we're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
You know, like, this is us. Like,
doing what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Because I definitely find myself like, I want to get here. I'm trying to get to this place, but like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And nobody can change that. And yeah, we're meant to do what we're here to do. On our own path, on our own journey.
Yeah.
That's what that meant to me.
I like that. I don't know if I've ever heard, like, I think I might have heard, like, someone say that before, like, older person, you know, they be pulling out their little, like, you know.
They pocketbook of,
yeah. Or maybe spitting some.
They do.
Some wise things, and you, like, sit down for a second and think about what they just said, you know. But, yeah, I think it's easy to, like, kind of, like, look at, you know, the other lanes other people are doing, but, like, it's easy you're supposed to really just focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And things are going to happen how they're supposed to happen. And there's a great feeling in just going with the flow and just trusting in the process.
Yes, it is. That feeling is like, it overcomes every other feeling, because like, I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking at somebody else's path or lane, thinking my lane is going to be better or my lane is not as good as it's supposed to be. Like, that's horrible thinking. And like, just know that everything's gonna be fine, and you're doing good.
I have one more hot topic.
Okay.
I saw this thing recently about like friendships, and they said that every person has like a category for their friendship. Some of your friends are the roots, they're the foundation. Those are the friends that just get it. Like, no matter what happens, they're always gonna be there. Then there's the branches, where like, those are your friends that you are like, they're stronger than like the leaf friendships.
Mm-hmm.
But if you lean on them too much, they might break. So like, those are the friends you kind of hang out with here and there. Like, y'all are close, but like, you don't tell them your deepest, darkest, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you have leaves. So like, those are the friends you hang out with in the summertime. Y'all go out, have fun, but like, you don't really know what their mom's name is. You don't really know them all that well. They just kind of come and go, you know. Do you feel like it's important to have friendships in every category? Do you feel like you have friendships in each category?
I feel like I have friendships in each category, but like, they all have foundation in my life. Like, they have a trait that's like good, but I might not know their mom's name, or I might not know certain things about you.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to have different categories.
It is.
Because everybody serves a different purpose, and everybody can't serve the same purpose. And everybody can't be a branch.
Yeah.
So
I like that it said like the branches, like they're strong connections, but if you lean on them too much, they might break. Like, I think it's important to know which friendships like you can do certain things with, and like what a certain friend can handle and what the other ones can't. Like, you know, she's going through something in her life, it's probably best not to dump on her and bring your stuff to her, or whatever the case may be, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, you might think, you know, you're close to someone, but they might take you as, you know, third in line as a friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
but like,
you, they find them as a root, but they think you're just a leaf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
But like, I don't know. Like I said, everybody serves a purpose. But like, I feel like it's definitely, you'll definitely know like connecting with somebody when y'all are both on the same level and y'all think of each other the same. I feel like those are really the foundations, and like those people will never go away. But you know, people come and go. But certain people, you know, they're here to stay. So I feel like it's all purpose and different purposes.
I feel like sometimes you also have to show, like, this friend can think you're a leaf, but you treat them like a root, and eventually they start treating you like a root, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, eventually sometimes it just takes you, like...
It takes time.
Acting as if you're that close, and it kind of just, like, seamlessly goes.
Yeah, and if it's meant to be, it'll be.
And the last thing I wanted to say is, you mentioned, like, you might be close with them, but you don't know their mom's name or whatever. As I've gotten older, I've realized, like, friendships that I've had out of high school, you don't really know, like, you don't really know certain things about them. Like, I have friends, I don't know what their job is. I don't know what they do at their job. But, like, that's not important. I don't even know, like, their man's name.
Right.
Because,
some things are not important.
Yeah.
It's like, Chloe, I don't know where you work.
Yeah. So. It's not like, you don't have to know all the facts.
You don't.
It's just like, I know what she does. I know her job stresses her out. But, like, the name, all that, it's not as important. I feel like as you get older, it's and, like, not 21 questions.
One more thing to add to that. Like, with the family thing, like, oh, like, I don't usually see your mom around. I don't usually talk to your mom. But it's like, maybe your friend doesn't even talk to her mom, you know? Yeah. Like, so it's like, you can't really pinpoint that, because it's like, maybe that connection isn't there with that. So it's like, it's not important, but at the same time, like, you gotta know what purpose they're there for in your life. So,
and what category they're falling. I think it's good to have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone has at least one root in their life. You know, I feel like roots are important. But
yeah,
I thought that was an interesting way to look at it. So, yeah.
Thunder and 7.
Y'all, we're recording this the day of the game.
The game starts at 7:30. It's like 3 o'clock.
If they don't win, you're going to see a very different face on the next session, because
like, we got to win this. Like,
I know.
I told my friend that we were in the championship or whatever, because she's from Texas. She was like, what? Y'all going to get put on the map? I said, yes.
I don't really want to get put on the map.
Put us on the map.
No, don't make the prices go up.
Right.
Like, watch us from afar. You don't got to move over here. But, yeah, I hope we win.
It's going to be interesting. I'm excited for the game. I think I'm going to watch it again. Go somewhere and watch it.
I think I will watch it. I will say, all the ones I watch, I feel like we lose. The ones I haven't watched,
Chloe,
we won.
you know, just don't watch it. Just,
it's me.
Just look at the scores.
That's the common denominator. It's me.
Why did my mama tell me the same thing? Because I usually go over her house and watch the game, but the last 2 games I haven't. And she's like, you messing up the flow. I said, what flow? She said, every time you don't come over here, we lose. She literally said the same thing.
That's how you know you're a fan. When you start looking at, like, things that, like, sync up. Like, no, it's going to happen. What's going to happen?
That's funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah. If you made it this far, thank you for listening.
We really appreciate it. And tune in every other Wednesday for a new session.
Bye.